Saturday, y'all.
Yes.
It's Saturday.
And
so y'all
it's July.
know what that means. It
What
means that it is Girl
What?
Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's your girl, Lo May.
And this is the emergent Esther Jade.
Yes. And today, because we are in the middle of summer, we are doing summertime fun.
Ooh, are we?
Ew.
Yeah.
Muy caliente. Ew.
Look, I love it. I was just telling my best friend, I guess I'm going to be outside all the time. It's going to be a hot mom summer.
Look,
And he laughed.
I saw something the other day, though. And it said the only person having a hot girl summer is Mother Nature.
Oh,
Because, baby,
clock that.
I've been inside. Okay?
Listen.
Because ain't nobody got time for this.
I put on my sunscreen and I'm out there for like 20 minutes and then come in.
Girl.
I got to get my vitamin D, so.
I get it. Natural is the best way.
Yes. What's up for What's the Tea,
I was going to
sis?
say, what's the tea, sis?
Hold on. What's the name of this episode?
I did. I said it's summertime.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm making sure.
Good. Y'all, she's trying to make sure my listening ears on, and she got to put hers on, and she got the headphones on.
Check. Mic check.
All right, so we are starting off. What's the tea, sis? We are starting with extra lemon, please. Ew.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to get right into this. All right. So, just to let you know, we're going to kick off your shoes. Kick off
Your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the Girl What beat.
Oh, I like that. Yes, come on now. All right, so, like I said, we're well into the summer. And in this episode, we are celebrating the fact that it is summer. All right, so let's go down and get straight to the point.
Okay.
All right, so Esther, what officially makes somebody summertime fine? Is it their confidence, their body, their energy, or a fresh petty?
I'm going to say it's a combination of energy and confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Summer represents so many things, right? Like, there's some people that don't like being outside, but there's something to say about being in the sun because we need that, right? It rejuvenates us. So I'm going to stick with confidence and energy. What do you think? What officially makes somebody's summertime fine?
I say all of it. I say that because, again, kind of going off of what you said, bouncing off of you. Yes, you need to have that confidence. If you have that confidence, okay, no matter what your body looks like, because you look good. Like, I could give two hoots what the next person say. Baby, if I want to be fat outside with my two-piece on, I'm going to do it because that's the confidence that I have. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, I'm going to be summertime fine. I'm going to be winter fine. Like, whatever the season is, I'm going to be fine, period. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't necessarily just have to be summertime fine, but, that's something that everybody likes to throw out there when, when the sun comes out, look, sun's out, buns out kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's definitely one of those things for me where it's like, hey, like, if you exude that confidence, it's going to make you feel good inside and outside. You're going to give off that good energy.
Yep.
Like, it's just all around la 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 perfection. Like, just skipping through the sunflowers.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
All right. So next up, what is the most overrated part of summer?
Rooftop parties. Ever since they invented this whole culture of you have to stand and pay to sit, overrated. Like, come on. You can't go to these places looking cute anymore. You got to go with flats. You know what I'm saying? Because your toes are going to look like this. Pigeon. Y'all can't see me, but it's like inward. You're going to be pigeon-toed, walking crazy.
That's what, that is a pet peeve. And look, just the whole your toes hanging over heels. I laugh at that because I always look at people's outfits and stuff. And so, of course, the BET Awards was back in June, and I forgot who it was. I think it might have been Eva Marcel. Mm-hmm. But her toes looked like they was throwing up gang signs in the shoes. And I'm like, bruh, you look so, and she was so pretty. Like, she just cut her locks off, got her short hair back, and then you look at her feet, and they were, of course, the internet has no mercy. So they're going to zoom in. And when I say, her feet were balled up in that shoe, I said, baby, you too old for that at this point. It was terrible.
Just get you some nice strappy sandals that give you some support and look cute, or some wedges. Listen, heels were not made for women.
Not at all.
They're made to torture us.
That part. And that's one of my things that I think is overrated. Just kind of, again, bouncing off of you. It's oh, we're going to some kind of party. Oh, yes, I got to dress to the nines and be uncomfortable. No, ma'am. Yes, I understand beauty is pain, but how far are you going to take it? I don't understand because it's again me being a tall girl, I'm always gonna be team flat, like whatever, because I'm gonna be hovering over everybody anyway. But it's still also that thing where it's like I'm not gonna have no bunions on my toes, like just trying to be cute. Like no, ma'am. Like you said, you could have a cute shoe sandal, be comfortable. It could even have a heel, but make sure it's
Kitten heels are in now. I think that's the whole high heel thing is like a millennial thing because I don't really see, younger millennials and younger wearing this. Like it's all about the thick shoes,
Yeah.
wedges, kitten heels, which I think is very smart. So you think the most overrated part of summer is the beauty trends?
not even trends, just doing too much for not a lot. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So it's just one of those things. It's like, be comfortable, be you. Like, everybody wants to act like they need to be dressed to the nines all the time. We're at a pool party. Why do you have heels on?
Right. Completes the aesthetic.
But no, aesthetic, no. You're going to end up taking them off, getting in the pool anyway.
Well, some people just like to be cute. They don't want to get wet. I'm melting.
Don't mess with my hair, girl. Go home.
What's that movie with Sanaa Lathan where she had to cut all her hair off? We'll come back to that. That's what that reminds me of because she jumped in the pool after her mom did her hair.
What? It won't let basketball.
No, this is like it was a Netflix movie. I think it's Nappily Ever After. I hate that. Okay. I hate that title.
Gotcha.
But it was a really good movie about a black woman's relationship with her hair. So, what's one thing people pretend to enjoy every summer but secretly hate? I don't even know how to answer this. How can you hate summer?
I was going to say, like, and this is me, this is coming from me, the person who loves tan lines, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people act like they can deal with being in the heat. But the whole time you're out there, oh, it's hot. It's hot. Why it's so hot? Da 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 da. And me the whole time.
That's exactly what my answer was going to be.
I was about to say, like, we know it's hot. Number one, we know it's hot. We're in Virginia. The humidity is crazy already. But then, even after this whole little heat wave we've had, like, it was torture. Like, yes, we know that. Yes, we know it's hot. I'm sick. Like I said, I was inside.
We got the message.
I told people, I said, listen, after I got in my house on Thursday, you're not seeing me again until Sunday when I leave to go to church. Like, literally. And that's what I did. I'm not playing with you. And this is from somebody who loves the heat. Mm-hmm. We know it's hot outside. We don't need every 5 seconds somebody putting something. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. Oh, we know. Mm-hmm. Collectively, we know as the people it's hot outside. Mm-hmm. But then, yeah, like, if you choose to go out, don't be complaining about it. Because you could have had the choice to stay in the house as well.
Exactly.
So don't act like you are here for it, but then the whole time you're complaining. No. Don't.
What's the next question? Because my answer is the same.
What is something that millennials used to do every summer that Gen Z would never understand?
Drink from the water hose. Stay out until the street lights came on.
That's what I was going to say.
No electronics, like, at all. You were forced to stay outside. Well, in my case, I loved being outside. Yeah. I loved, like, running barefoot in the field, climbing trees, going in the woods, all of that fishing, whatever. There was a lot of. I think the most Gen Zs would not understand that.
For sure. I was about to say, I loved being outside. And even like when I was at my grandma's, because I'm an only child, so I didn't need a whole crew of people to be like, oh, I need my friends to go outside with me and do this and that and the third. Oh, no. When I was in my grandma's house for the summer, especially like after it rained, mm-hmm. I'd go outside, I felt like Peppa Pig, muddy puddles. And I would just be like, and honestly, like, didn't know it then, but grounding, just, feet in the wet grass, feet in the puddles, just running around doing whatever. But one thing I do appreciate and I love, and even today, as hot as it is outside, my child, I had just bought him a new pump for his bike. He's like, this morning he woke up and he was like, one of my friends is trying to lose weight and she wants me to walk around the neighborhood with her. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, go for it, whatever. You don't need to be in the house anyway. They were like walking in the neighborhood, probably walked for a good hour and a half, just like walking. So I'm like, come on now. Like, I'm okay with that. And then after he got done, he was like, okay, well, now I'm going to go, fix my bike and I'm going to go outside and ride my bike. That child loves riding his bike. And I'm like, sir, like, again, it's kind of reflecting off of what we did. Of course, we don't have street lights, but I'm like, once you don't see the sun anymore, your butt needs to be in this house. Like, and
that's pretty late now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, you
it's like
still
8:30,
have
almost 9.
time to have fun and do whatever. And then we're walking distance from a park, so it's like I still let him, go down there, do whatever you want to do, because it's like, again, these kids act like if they don't have their PlayStation, they gon' have a crash out.
Don't have their screen. Yes, I know.
Like, it's not that serious at all, ever.
It's not.
Ever.
So, at this point in life, are you choosing the section with the party or the section with chairs, shade, and people minding their business?
The latter. The latter, for sure.
Same here. I like my comfort, have my little cool drink. I might get up and dance a little bit, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get tired fast.
Listen, and I was look, okay, so when I was in college, I was in RA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I still call them my babies. I went to an all-girls school, so I still call the girls my babies. And one of the girls, she she lives in DC now. And so she had put on her Instagram story. She was like, y'all, she was like, I think I'm getting old. She was like, I wanted to go to the park, but I ain't feel like waiting that long. And she's like, and I just don't want to deal with the traffic and all this stuff. And I sent her a message. I said, baby, yeah, you getting old. I said, you getting up there. I said, that means that your maturity is leveling up and you don't want to be around all the people. I said, there's still fun things to do in DC, but the whole party and club stuff, I said, that's just not for you anymore. And that's okay.
And I don't think you really should call it old. I think maturing
seasoned.
is seasoned, right? Because it's a lot of negativity with aging. Like, personally for me, I think aging is one of the most beautiful things that could ever happen. Like, anything that's happened in my life, I've received a lot of wisdom and care and just knowledge from people who are older than me. So I don't look at it as, like, even when I look at people who, like, for instance, that show called Found, and has Mark Paul Gosselaar on there, and he does not look like Zach from Saved by the Bell anymore. Right. But, like, there is grace in being able to say that you're at a certain age and what comes with that, and, like, looking at people beyond what they look like.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what makes being labeled old is attached to is the aesthetics. I look more at the soul. I've seen some ratchet, young people, or people my age, and it's just, I don't know, I think it's consuming when you do stuff like that. But I think it's great that when you grow into your oldness or your maturity, that you're making smart decisions, not just for yourself, but people around you, right? Her listening to her inner intuition, or intuition, that's like saying the same thing twice anyway, and just listening to that. I think there's a lot to learn from that.
Yeah, and of course, when I say old, I don't mean it in a negative light.
Oh, no.
But just, just like, embrace it. It's
exactly.
You don't have to, like you said, you don't have to be our age and trying to be out there with like now I sound like an old lady saying the young kids, but it's just like, I mean, it comes with grace. It's just like, okay, yes, as you mature and as you get older, you realize, or you should be realizing, your place. And it's just like, okay, let me pack away this right here so I can prepare and get excited for this next chapter in my life.
Or like a callback to our Meta CMR, talking about when you get to a certain age where you're just like, you don't care, like, you make your own lane. Like, I follow some Instagram content people who, this one woman, she's like in her 70s.
Oh, they definitely.
And the way she dresses, and like, most people are like, I wouldn't do that one. So I said, oh, that will be me. That will be me. You know what I mean? Like, she is comfortable in her skin. She is not afraid to take an opportunity. Like, some of the stuff that she wears is just, I love it, because you would think only a young person would wear it. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be me.
Yeah, I was about to say. And definitely, again, y'all, we're not saying that old or anything is bad. Embrace it. But we are going to go to a quick break, and y'all stick around. We'll be back.
Yeah. Welcome back to Girl, What podcast. This is Esther
Hello, man.
and we're back on our second segment, Love, Baby, and Other Grown Folk Business. We're going to dive right into the golden hour.
Yeah.
Thank you for being my friend.
Not golden girl. I'm so weak.
Yes. That was my show growing up. My grandparents had me watching all sorts of old timey stuff,
But
and I love it.
didn't? I don't feel like the Golden Girls is old enough. I'm talking about, like, for me, it was like MacGyver and the old, like, black and white.
Was it Perry Mason, Bonanza?
All of that.
Yeah.
And be bored.
I think I have an old soul.
You think?
Well, let's jump right into these questions, Lau. What does feeling sexy actually mean as an adult?
For me, honestly, it's being comfortable in, again, kind of going back to what I said before, being comfortable in your skin. Also just kind of jumping ahead to the next segment's height of what, drinking your water, minding your business, paying your bills, doing what you need to do to make sure you and yours are good. And that's, again, like, a lot of people, when you hear sexy, you automatically think exterior. But most times, you know, now as you grow older, you know, it comes from within. So it's like, you know, the inside allows the outside to feel sexy as well. So it's like, you know, when you're not stressed, when you don't have all of this tension that's building up in you, just, you know, when you're at peace, like that's what's sexy.
Okay.
What about you?
I definitely feel that it's about being comfortable in your skin, right? I don't necessarily associate sexiness with outer. Like, it's, for me, it's all interior. I feel like it has to do with confidence. And yeah, I mean, I think that's also rooted in just being who you are, right? Like being comfortable with who you are. So yeah.
And then just to kind of say that, like, you know, especially in the era of social media, like, if you have to be confident within yourself to be able to, I feel like, post anything. So Threads has become my bestie, right?
Oh, they booted me off of there.
What'd you say?
They said that was a bot, I guess. I don't know.
What? Anyway.
I don't know.
So there was this bigger girl, and she had posted herself, right? And I'm like, oh, yes, confidence. Like, you know. And when I tell you the comments were so nasty, and because, I mean, like, her caption was like, you know, God took his time on this one. And, like, people just were going in on her. And I'm like, they're
really talking about themselves.
Right. I'm like, they're insecure. They're projecting the issues that they have. I was like, girl, keep doing what you're doing, because you're making them mad. And
because they're mad they can't do that.
Right. And I'm like, listen, like, I'm saying like a lot.
You good.
But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you really can see how people project themselves onto other people. And it's actually quite
That's so unsexy.
Right. That ain't cute. But, you know, it's one of those things, and it's just like, bruh, like, who hurt you? As we always say, go sit on that lady couch. Because what you're not going to do is try to think that you can hurt my feelings by saying stuff again, but you behind the screen. Like, what? Make it make sense for me.
Twitter
not at
bug all. On the keyboard.
Keyboard gangsters.
Facebook fiend. Instagram instigator.
Okay.
Listen. What's the next question?
All right. Why do so many people struggle to enjoy summer because of body insecurities?
Okay, so this is kind of related to our response before, but we live in a society where it's built on insecurity and fear, right? And, you know, it's also assimilation. Like, no one look different, but we got to be the same, but don't be the same. You know what I mean? It's a lot of mixed messages, right? You know, I'll give one example with, what was it? What's that? Wicked. When you look at Cynthia Erivo and what's her name, Ariana Grande, and just how thin they are, right? And in that industry, there's this push to be like that real thin, but like it pushes it so far where it's like they do like look like skeletons, right? But it's like, especially for women, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't look like what's that woman's name? Oh my god, I can see her. She's a singer.
Lizzo?
Yes, Lizzo. Thank you, Lizzo. You can't look like Ariana Grande. If you try to be a healthy weight, you're still wrong, right? So we live in a society that is built on making us fear who we are truly. Because when you look at the pathology of beauty, before the 70s, like well into the 19th and 18th century, voluptuous, curvy was in. You know what I mean? I mean, it's still in. But like on a broader scale. And I think that's why people struggle to enjoy their bodies anytime.
And that's one thing, like even just to, because of course, you know, not too many black women were, you know, put in the spotlight. Like a lot of people don't realize that Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah, she was like a size 10 or 14 or something like that.
She was thick, like for a white lady, right? Like she had her curves. So you know, it's just always funny how people be like, "Oh yes, I want to be like such and such," or "I want to be like such and such," and it's like, but you don't know what they're doing behind the scenes to get that way. You know what I'm saying? So even like kind of bringing it back to you, how you said, you know, people didn't want to look like Lizzo. Lizzo has gone on like a huge weight loss journey. And now they're like, why she lose all that weight? Da, 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 da. And so it's like you said, it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. Because it's like, okay, y'all were complaining about how big she was. And again, being confident, like, you know, wearing her outfits, boobies to her chin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now that she's lost weight, it's like, oh, why she do that? Like, da, da, da. Mind your business.
Drink your water, mind your business.
You took it right on my mouth. But still, like, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like, you again are projecting yourself onto other people. Focus on the inner work, you know what I'm saying, or do that inner work so you can be happy.
They're doing this so they don't have to focus on the inner work.
Well, I know, but they need to. Put a mirror up. Look, put a mirror up so you can see. Look at yourself before you start pointing fingers at somebody else.
I heard that. What's the difference between wanting attention and wanting to feel seen? If you can't think of anything,
you can go first.
People's perception,
for sure.
Because, like, I'll take myself for example. The beginning of last year, I decided I was going to go on a personal journey of exploring domination, right? And I haven't gotten too many negative, but I was preparing for that because, you know, people are gonna. It's always about someone's perception of you when you're just being you in your skin, right. And what I'm trying to signal is like I'm just being myself. This is not for anyone but me, you know what I mean? And like if someone comes left with something, I know how to course correct that, you know. And I think also wanting attention means like it bounces off of how people perceive you and how you respond to that. So like how I typically deal with something like that because I'm not wanting the attention from, say, like the opposite sex. I ignore them. Right. It's easy. Mute, unfriend, unfollow, block, whatever, right? Whatever the moment calls for. It's more or less I want other women, specifically women of color, to be proud of their bodies, whether they're 20, 30, 40, 70, right? Like to break out of this whole idea of centering what a woman should look like through the eyes of men.
Right.
So.
And I would say for me, I think I'm that person who actually does not like attention. I don't like stuff like that. And it's like I would much rather be in the background. Like if there's somebody who wants that attention, great. Like what can I do to help the attention get on you? I don't have that problem playing that back role.
But again, you don't have the power to keep people from having attention on you. It's always someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I laugh
You can be in the background all you want, and someone can be like, "Hey, you over there."
Yeah, and that's how it tends to be. And I'm just like, oh my god. But then it's like different because it's like, you know, like with me doing all the stuff at church, right? Like, again, I don't want the attention, but I want people to see and realize that this is a passion of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you don't need to give me attention, but I want you to see what I'm doing, that is out of, out of the passions of my heart. I've been in these situations, so I want to help other people feel seen as well, because it's a lot of time. I can give you one example. There is a lady that volunteers as well at the food pantry, and I met her the first day she came to church, because we ride the van to church or whatever. And she came on and she was like real hype. She was like, "Hey y'all, like, da 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 da, my name is such and such." And she actually ended up getting like baptized that same day. So it was like, okay, so I knew who she was. And so then once she started volunteering at the pantry, she was very off putting to a lot of people because she's loud. And at the time I didn't know it, but she's a recovering alcoholic. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, because that stigma is with her, a lot of people treat her differently. Or they're like, "Oh, just give her something to do, da 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 da, give her something to do, da 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 da." And I sat there and I told somebody one day, I'm like, "Y'all, she's anxious to do something." Mm-hmm. But because everybody is kind of brushing her under the rug because of her past, she's not getting that opportunity to fulfill her need or her want of what she wants to do. So it was one of those things where it's like, once I kind of pointed that out to people, they're like, "You know what, you're right." It's like, once we show her what she wants to do, then it's like, not, they think that she's wanting attention, but no, she's just wanting to be seen and wants to be treated as an equal. So now that they've given her, like, shown her how to do stuff and given her, like, these opportunities to do what she wants to do, she has excelled at what she's done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things. You can't just automatically assume somebody necessarily wants attention. Of course, if they want to be seen, sometimes you have to act like you want the attention so you can get heard. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, once I realized what she was doing it for, and I spoke up, because again, it's kind of like she didn't know her place as to how to kind of speak up, because you could tell she realized as well that people were treating her differently because of her past.
You got people skills.
Yeah. You said I do.
Yeah, you do. You do.
So, it was like one of the things, I'm like, y'all, like, she's eager to help. Like, wherever you put her, she's like, "Oh, yes, I'm here. Teach me how to do it. Teach me how to do it." So I'm like, and the crazy thing is, all she wanted to learn how to do properly was to make bags for kids. Like, that's it. So it wasn't even anything that was a strenuous task. And she was just like, because I don't like the way that they're looking. She's like, it's not any care that's been put into them. So she's like, "Tell me what I need to put into these bags, and that will be my first priority when I get in here." And when I tell you, ever since she started doing that, them little kids been extra happy because they getting everything. Nice. I'm gonna call her Miss V, because I was about to say her name. Miss V be hooking them up. She's like, because I know I wouldn't want my muffins smushed up, like, so it's something as small as that, where it's like, you can make somebody feel like they are seen, but you also have to take the time to dig deeper, go past the surface level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like that's a lot of how I am with mine as well. It's like, go beyond the surface and you'll get a lot more.
I agree.
Next question.
What does soft life look like for you this summer beyond appearances?
Staying in my house, being private. And that's real.
All right.
Very real.
I accept that.
Yes.
Okay. Soft looks like to me is listening to my body and what it needs, when it needs it. Mm-hmm. So if that means I need rest, or I need nourishment, or I just, I need to just reflect, I'm going to do that. Period. Right? So I think as women, especially as a mom, we have a tendency not to lean into that soft life, because it's always go, go, go. We're always putting someone else forward. So learning to put myself first, and not in the selfish way.
Well, we are going to be selfish for a hot second, and we are going to go get ourselves some water. So y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
Bye. Welcome back to summertime.
Summertime.
Fine. And we're in our last segment. The group chat got deep. where we're gonna drink our water or drink my water, minding my business.
Period.
Yes. What's the
All right, so Esther.
Yes.
Why do people sometimes feel guilty for choosing rest, quiet, or distance from others?
I can tell you what Black women do, because we've been basically, I hate to say trained, but conditioned to put everybody else first, right? And then when we choose rest, quiet, or distance, we're called lazy. Now, I'm not saying this is everyone, but like on a broader spectrum, right? And I think it's harder sometimes for Black women to do that, but I think with the the reign of terror that came in last year, a lot of women are leaning into that, and I think that's important, right? And I think that the community is showing up, and that's important as well. So that's why I feel like Black women sometimes feel guilty for choosing rest, quiet, or distance.
And I was gonna say, just kind of going back to the last segment, how I said, like, I'm just gonna be by myself, and that kind of stems from that, because it's like, with I'm still a mom, yes, but because I have a 16-year-old, when I was in the hospital, I really realized that, and I felt bad, but this is kind of contradicting. I felt bad, but I was also proud, because it's just me and him in the house. He's at that age where he's beginning to feel like he's the man of the house. And so it was a lot of times where I'm like, hey, like, you don't have to come up here to see me. I get that. Like, if you want to do whatever you want to do, cool. And he was like, no. He's like, I'm coming to see you.
Go NJ.
And so I'm like, and then, because he's working, like, he's paying for the Ubers to come up to see me himself and all this stuff. But then it got to the point where, like, with that Wednesday, because I was there the whole week. So that Wednesday, he was like, is it okay if I go to church and not come see you? I'm like, first of all, like, I'm deep into church. So I'm like, I don't ever want you to feel like you need to ask me to go to church. Like, if that's what you choose to do, definitely so be it. And he's like, but are you sure you're going to be okay? I'm like, sir. I said, we've been in this rodeo since you were 5. So it's, we're not new to this.
Yep.
So there have been plenty of nights where I have been by myself. I'm okay. You go do what you do. Great. And then the next day he had to go to work. So he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, babes, don't be sorry. I'm like, you're making your money. You wanted this job, so do what you want to do. So at the end of the day, with him wanting to feel like that, I can kind of take a breather and a step back. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, I'm still providing you, of course, a roof over your head. I still am making sure we got food in the house. But on that other end, because you want to try to experience what it's like to be the man of the house, I'm going to allow you to do that to a certain degree. So with that, I don't feel guilty with, the things that I'm doing. That's my only priority. Of course, with me having my mom and dad, of course, as we get older, we parent our parents. So I'm having to make sure that they're good, but my dad is on the other side of town and my mom is in another state. So it's only but so much I can do with them as well, So it's like, and I'm super chill anyway. So it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I need to worry about this. I need to worry about that. So when I am like, yes, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to be quiet. I can go all day with just me playing the rain sounds on YouTube, and I'm good. I'm not worrying about people. I'm not feeling guilty about the fact that I'm not worried about people, because it's like, I've been there, I've done that. But then, like you said, especially after last year, and on top of that, all of the health issues that I have been through, I've certainly learned not to feel guilty for what I've chosen not to do.
It's kind of like with the flight attendants telling you, like, okay, your mask is going to deploy, put on your mask first.
And
then the other person, right? So you have to put the mask on yourself first.
Yeah, for sure.
So that leads into our next question. What's the difference between setting boundaries and shutting people out? I'm all ears.
Setting boundaries, setting boundaries is just that. You're setting boundaries. You're still allowing people to come in, but just at certain times. It's like, okay, if I have a boundary set, even with children, like, okay, you can do this, we can do that. This is the time frame where we can do it. If you try to do it without that, outside of that time frame or whatever, it's going to be an automatic no. For me, when I shut people out, I wouldn't even really say it's shutting
You do a
people
fade to
out.
black.
What you say?
You do a fade to black.
Exactly. So it's not, and I would say it's not even really a shutting somebody out. It's cutting you off permanently. So, I don't have a halfway point. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but again, I'm protecting my peace.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, in both situations, you're protecting your peace. But if you're getting shut out, then no, that something is no longer aligning. And I hate it when people try to push friendships or anything longer than they need to go. Mm-hmm. Not all friendships are meant to be forever. Not all situations are meant to last forever. And a lot of people try to extend things when they don't need an extension.
Yep.
And that again can disturb your peace.
It's
that can
natural progression.
Stress you. That can cause all of the things, and then you're wondering why you're not happy, why you're not satisfied. You were supposed to close the door and lock it, but you left it cracked. Close it. Double lock it.
I think the difference is the person that. So setting boundaries is meant to keep people in. They make the choice. They're making the choice to either respect those boundaries so they can stay in your life or get shut out.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference, because people often think, and I've heard this a lot from different people talking about boundaries, is like, control. No, it like boundaries are there because this is what me or you are comfortable with, and you respecting that. Like, for instance, my boundary of I'm not going to be talked down to, right? And if you don't like that, there's outside.
True.
So you make that other person is making the choice whether they're going to respect that boundary to stay inside of that relationship or shut the door.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna ask you this question: do you think that boundaries can be altered?
Of course, but it just depends on the person who's delivering them, right? I have hard boundaries. I have hard boundaries about respecting people,
right,
people's autonomy, people's freedoms, their equity. That's something that won't ever move for me,
right?
But yeah, I can't think of any boundaries that I have that would move, because those are things that make me comfortable. What about you?
And that's one thing though. Like, yes, there are those boundaries that are bricks. Like, they're not going anywhere. But then there are some, again, depending on the person, where it's like, okay, this is my boundary, and maybe your boundary is a little bit different. So where can we meet in the middle? Because it's like, I respect you that much. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's mutual, where we may not see eye to eye on something, but we can come to some sort of conclusion that is beneficial for both of us. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something where it was like, okay, I can move over a little bit, but it's not like I'm going to totally be like, oh, let me fold to you, because it's like, I'm still going to make sure that I'm comfortable, and I want you to be comfortable as well. If I, love and respect you enough and want you to be in, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely one of the things that I think about, the moving of the boundary lines. Come on now, it's good.
Like, I don't move my boundaries, sorry. Because that's just personally me. So no, I hear you. I respect that.
For sure.
Why do some people view calmness or privacy as acting funny or thinking you're better?
Because they don't know, I want to say because they haven't necessarily learned it for themselves yet. And that's that. Because it's like, hey, just because I'm choosing not to tell you everything, which is funny for me saying that because I'm an open book, because I'm not choosing to tell you everything, that's not me acting funny. Again, it goes back to protecting my peace, because a lot of times it may have been a situation where I did tell you something in confidence, confidentially, and then 5-6 people down the line, it's coming back to me. I heard this and that and the third.
Playing telephone.
Yeah, it's like, I don't feel like I need to tell you, hey, don't tell anybody this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you know me well enough, then you should know I'm telling you something and it stays between us. It doesn't need to be
A disclaimer
out in the streets. Like I should, and like, why am I giving you? We are grown. Why am I giving you a disclaimer about me talking to you about? Well,
because some people do. Because like, whereas you might be an open book about something, someone might not be. So,
oh yeah, no.
But I think it has a lot to do with boundaries when people say things like you're acting funny or think you're better, because that's a way of trying to disrupt your boundary when they say stuff like that. Like, I'll give you an example. Mm-hmm. When I joined this meetup group, it was like a friend group, and it was the first, and this should have been my sign that I should have quit the group. It was the first time I went, and it was called Friends Without Benefits. Or is it Friends Without Benefits? Or it was like a group that focused on, it was co-ed, where you're just there as friends. It wasn't supposed to be a dating group.
Right.
It was cool until this one guy showed up and he started asking me and this other woman questions like, oh, tell me something about yourself. I was like, well, what do you want to know? Anything. I was like, well, that's very broad. Like, what exactly do you want to know right. about me? You know what I mean? And he was visually upset because I wasn't giving him what he wanted. So he's like, well, my name is such and such, and I was in the Marines, and I played football at Tech, and and I was married, but now I'm not, and what about you? And I'm like, oh, that's what time he's on. I said, well, I'm Anita, and I came here to make friends.
Period.
Anything else? I said, I mean, what else more do you need? Right? He did not like that. He like was violent towards me at 16. That's why I can't go outside. That clearly violating my boundaries, right? When I gave him the answer and it wasn't what he was looking for, so he kept pressing. That's where I like, it's good.
But then it goes back to common sense isn't common as well. So,
no,
not at all.
He ain't got no sense.
That part, it's not common. All right, so why is minding your business sometimes the healthiest thing you can do?
Because you need to keep your energy, reserve your energy. Your energy is not to be given to every and anything, right? Just like we were talking before the mics came on, and I was telling you about how like that nonprofit that shall not be named, where I was like, I don't need to give my energy to this anymore. It's not deserving, after I'm demoted to member, knowing that they're going to want to still try to use my talents. And I'm like, no, I think not. I'm going to scooch right along to the next thing.
And I totally get that. It's definitely one of those things where even in some situations, it's like, if I mind my business, my name can't be put in anything. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't become one of those people that becomes entangled in a situation. Oh, such and such said, I said nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep my name out your mouth.
I've had to say that to a family member.
It's just like one of those things where it's like, oh, really? Tell me, when did I say that? Like, because it's unfortunate at this big age, it's even situations where people will be like, oh, such and such said this. I'd be like, I knew not, like, or even like, again, minding your business. I knew nothing about the situation, so how did I have anything to say about it? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you got the wrong person. Don't F with me, like FAFO. Because it's like, at the same time, it's like, okay, yes, you could be chill about a situation, but then if you're trying to cause chaos and you're trying to cause drama, if you get me riled up to that point, then yes, you will get what you want, and it's not going to be nice.
It's going to take a lot to get you rah-rah.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying, because I'm cool as a cucumber. So if you get me to that point where you get me riled up, oh, you going to need to be praying to whoever you pray to, because it's not going to be
that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. So let's head into That's It. You know how I like to switch it up, girl. So on this episode of Summertime Fine, what did we talk about, Lo?
I'm sorry. I'm so weak off of you. You caught me off guard with that. Hold on.
Listen, these are the moments I live for.
And these are the times we are. Okay, so yeah, I know we're going to throw some music in there. All right. So we started off with Extra Lemon, please.
Yeah.
And we just talked about being outside.
Yes.
Summertime, you know what I'm saying? So just reminiscing about summers as a kid and talking about which side of the pool party we were going to be on this year. And then we jumped into the golden hour, and it was a grown folks conversation about confidence, body positivity, self love, and embracing the version of yourself that shines the brightest in this season of our lives and that currently shines bright, for others to see as well.
That's right.
And then we just wrapped it up with drinking my water, minding my business. And it was a reflective conversation centered around protecting your peace, as we always say, setting boundaries, prioritizing feelings, and the healing process, and learning that rest and quiet joy are forms of growth as well.
Clock that.
And what you say? That's when Mary had a little lamb.
That's right.
And you always say bye.
Put yourself first, people, and not in a selfish way. You got to put your mask on first. First, thank you for joining us on another explosive episode of Girl What podcast.
And we'll see y'all next week. Stay connected to Girl What podcast by following us online. You can follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Girl What podcast. That's GURLWHET We'd love to keep in touch with you. Come on, keep talking with us. That's what we do, right? So we have our, reflections. If you have any questions, comments, or you yourself want to reflect on anything you've heard us talk about, please don't be afraid to hit us up. Again, you can hit us up in our DMs on Instagram, or if you want to comment under one of our YouTube posts, you're more than welcome to do so. Again, both of those handles are Girl What Podcast, GURLWHETPODCAST.
And you also have the option to leave us a voice memo in our DMs or leave us a voice message at 804-476-0905. Again, that number is 804-476-0905. And with your permission, we may feature it in a future episode. Your voice helps us shape meaningful dialogue on Girl What. So remember to stay in community. Remember to stay bold. And girl, keep talking.